Thank you, Mr. Chair. My first question today is about the mining sector and our GDP. I'm wondering if you guys could elaborate on the real change in GDP for Q2 of 2025.
Thank you for the question. The mining sector contributed to 6% of Canada's GDP in 2023, but with respect to the specific quarter that you mentioned, we'll coordinate with Statistics Canada and bring that answer back to the committee.
Perfect. So with comparison to the mining sector GDP and the GDP of the overall country and the overall economy, do you know how that's comparing with that, if it's on par or if it's below what the whole economy is doing as a whole?
I would note that definitely the mining sector as a whole is a key contributor of Canada's GDP. And I would also note that the mining sector includes those mining projects that are beyond critical minerals. So I'm thinking of gold, diamond, that are also part of the mining sector. Happy to work with our Statistics Canada colleagues to provide the information that you're seeking.
So from what I'm being told, and I'm being told that the mining sector is actually, the GDP is reducing at 6 times greater than what our economy is right now. So whether that's entirely true at 6 times, there's still a major concern that the mining sector GDP is decreasing at a higher rate than our economy, which is concerning. So I'm wondering, I'm being told it's a long time, 18 months to get a mine up and running. I'm wondering how many projects are still stuck in the regulation here in Canada.
So that information would be available from our Impact Assessment Agency of Canada, so we can submit that, Chair, to the committee's study.
So as I just mentioned, I'm being told it takes close to 18 years to get a mine from start to finish here in Canada. I believe that some of you guys have worked with supply chain and global markets. When things happen in global market, like we've seen in Ukraine, where uranium, big topics happen about uranium and these big shifts, what are some things that we can put in place to really get our country to compete and change to and adapt to global markets faster than the 18 years?
Thank you for that question. As I noted earlier, I think one of the initiative that's already being undertaken is to address the regulatory permitting. As my colleague Kimberly Lavoie noted, the One Project One Review or substitution that it's underway with the province of British Columbia. And I would like to come back to the note that I made earlier too, that sometimes the challenges in terms of the timeline is not just when it comes to regulatory permitting, but it's actually the challenges in raising the necessary capital, because you can imagine mining projects are very capital intensive, and with the price volatility such as lithium, rare earth elements that we see, it is one of the biggest hurdles many of our projects have to face.
So I'm glad you raised talking about one of the difficulties is raising capital. I worked in the mining industry, and oftentimes mines will close because interest rates go up, taxes go up, and there's a lot of barriers. When the mines do close, it seems to be a common practice, or it's rumored in the mining industry that other countries will end up purchasing these mining sites just so that they remain closed and purchase the rights to those areas, and then open them just long enough and then close them again. Is there anything that the Liberal government is working on right now to prevent that from happening, to make sure we don't have foreign interference in our mining industries stunting our growth?
Thank you for the question. I would note that there is already legislation in place, Investment Canada Act, that allows our colleagues at ISET, Industry Canada, formerly known as Industry Canada, to look at some of these transactions to ensure that it is for the net benefit of our country as well as from the perspective of national security.
So with these programs that you're talking about for helping capital, is there an emphasis on allowing Canadian companies, but more so Canadians, to participate in the mining industry? Perhaps, it's better tax breaks or less capital gains tax for Canadians who want to invest in the mining industry to help raise capital for that?
30 seconds, Ms. Chen. Yeah.
I would, that question I would allow my colleagues at Department of Finance to answer. As noted, tax policy falls under their jurisdiction.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.